Hi my dear friends, we're going to continue second part of our discussion about the gravity, and to begin with, we're going to answer one question, which one actually worth more than $1 billion. See exactly what is gravity. Gravity is caused by each individual neutron and protons, which one caused by the pressure which one is located within inner core of the planets and the stars. Okay, and how that exactly function, how I in a previous video clip I explained each individual atom, they do have external shell, which one actually allow all the individual atom, to pull each other and come together and start to form the planets. And the size of the planets, it determines according to active energy exists within a reach. The higher the farther the distance, larger the formation. Smaller the active energy within a reach, smaller the formation will be. So, excuse me. And okay, and let's get even deeper into this, and to begin with, let's check it out. Throughout our solar system so far, scientists, they haven't found any new chemical compound or new different type of gas, the one that doesn't exist already here on the planet Earth. Everything, whatever exists here on the planet Earth, everything exists out there in the universe. Every single chemical compound is the same. Doesn't matter what exactly is, but in every chemical compound exists here, it exists everywhere else in the universe. I don't know what will make them to think that the outer solar system, the planets, they will function differently. Let's examine, the Saturn, how I'm constantly, why I'm going back and back into Saturn, for one reason. By the humongous size of that planet, but the gravitational force, which one is equal to Earth's gravitational force, and how possible that planet, that size, could have, this kind of that much low gravitational force. Okay, we got to go back again, and check it out, our draft, which one I show you already in the last our discussion. And now think of this again. I said, imagine, this is the top surface of the inner core. Whatever you see here, every single atom within this inner core, they do have external shell. External shell, which ones hold all this inner core together. Okay, and this energy, the deeper they go, it's like they pull each other stronger and stronger into the center. The stronger the force in the center, higher the pressure over this atom, then higher the travel, and again I said, the distance of the energy and the speed of the energy, it's up to the how big it is, the inner core, and how dense it is, the energy to begin with. Okay, now even though if you look at it, within our solar system, start from the sun all the way to planet Pluto, and actually it's a moon-sized object, but still, it's something out there, right? And every single individual, those planets within solar system, they have different gravitational force. What exactly, how that happened? Again, the reason we still have strong gravitational force, thanks to our moon. The moon, because constantly, because its moon is within Earth's gravitational force, it reaches within gravitational force, and what it does, it actually pulls. We know that the moon creates the water tides, high and low water tides, and beside that, what it does also, it loosens the Earth's crust. It loosens the Earth's crust, allow the Earth, to discharge all that molten lava. The one which one was separated from top surface of the inner core, because the inner core constantly shrinking daily basis, you know, the more it shrinks, it slows down the force of the energy, and it actually it weakens the inner core of the Earth's inner core. Okay, and the same thing happened. It's no exception to the rule. The same thing happened to any planet, which one we have within our solar system or throughout the universe. Okay, and the same thing happened to our sun. Imagine this now. This is not the Earth, but the sun. You know, again, I said, you know, the one thing it's amazing that never changed. You know, the planets and stars. You know, the top surface always the weakest energy located on the top surface. Why? Why? Because the stars, you know, I mean the atoms, they don't contain so much pressure on them. The pressure, it increases, it doubles constantly, you know, deeper and deeper and deeper we go inside. It continuously increases because they create powerful magnetic force all the way to the center of the inner core. And this is where, you know, actually the energy, it travels the farthest and fastest from from deep inside the inner core of the planets. Okay. Now what happens, you know, I said, you know, how you can see, you know, only 2 planets actually they still have, you know, active volcanoes on them. It's the Earth, and the other one is Jupiter. You know, the reason why, because how you can see the Jupiter has only, you know, -3 degree tilt. You know, that what it says that the health of the planet, the inner core, still very strong, and it's still, you know, that's what the higher the energy concentration, faster the outer crust spins. And we know already that you see the Jupiter, you know, the day and night, it's actually, you know, about 10 hour, within a 10 hour, the planet spins, you know, like over the axis. Okay. And the smaller it gets, you know, weaker the energy gets, you know, and it slows down the crust, you know, and the spin of the planet itself, you know, and the tilt start to increase and increase each time when you see the pressure is decreasing, like the tilt is increasing too, just like the Uranus, you know, my goodness, take the Uranus or take the Venus. But the Venus, there is a long explanation. In one of my video clips, I explain the cause of the Venus, exactly what happened, but I'll get more into it. I'll go even deeper into it and start to explain that. It need even more explanation of that. Okay, now here, let me explain this now. Now look at this. This is, you see, upper surface of our atmosphere, you know, which is located 59 miles above the Earth's surface. And what happened? This is where exactly, you see, when all that the gravitational, all the neutrons and protons, which one, they don't have a lot of pressure on them, you know, they travel, again, I said, the deeper we go, the higher the gravity travels. And actually that, because in one of my explanations, I explained that we have internal inner core and we have external inner core. Now, all this, which one, it travels all the way to 59 miles from above the surface, that actually comes from external inner core, you know, and because this external, the energy from external inner core, it doesn't pulsate. The one it pulsates, it comes from internal inner core, okay? Because internal inner core, like in it goes sudden spike and energy increases even more, okay? And the same thing, exactly the same way it functions, the sun's inner core, okay? The one, everything, you see, the old molten lava comes right from the top surface of the inner core of the Earth. Which one hits this? Which one is this energy? It doesn't travel farther, but because of this energy, it travels farther away. And this one, it travels a lot faster, and it hits up, and it happens fusion here, where it melts the top surface of the inner core. But on the sun, what happened? Again, you know, because the center of the inner core, the energy travels faster, you know, and it travels farther, you know, and this one, it travels, it doesn't travel that far. And again, it creates heat, but because of the heat, you know, you see here on the top surface, you know, what it happened, you know, it happened fusion, and from that fusion, it gets disintegrated, you know, it burns completely down all the mass of that, the inner core, and that's what exactly happened. And again, you know, for the sun, you see the upper surface of the atmosphere is located about 4 million miles away from sun. And what happens? You see, everything when it travels from the chambers, into the sun's atmosphere, it get trapped by the atmosphere. The up, where exactly the energy pulsate, the first pulsation. That's where exactly is located in 4 million miles away from sun's surface. You see, that's what exactly how this is. That all that heat, which one rises, toward upper surface of the atmosphere and slowly come down to the surface, because we know here on Earth it happened the same thing. How do you think we have the weather system? When you see the atoms, the molecules within the atmosphere, which one is comparable? When they get warmed up, they travel upwards, and the cold ones, and they travel downwards. It's like constant circulation happens, and that's what exactly happened on the top surface of the sun too. The hot ones, they travel to the top. That's why the temperature is gusting almost 2 million kelvins. It's that simple. Okay. Now, I had some discussion with some scientists, and they told me that the gravity cannot be the force of atom, because the atom has a strong force and the gravity is a weak force. Of course it is, because it wasn't strong enough. The energy of the atom couldn't possibly expand to become gravity to begin with. I mean, think of your mind. You see the atom's energy compared to block of 4x4 block of metal. If we take and shave thin layer out of that black, and what we're gonna say, that's no longer any more metal. We know it easy. We can squeeze, and we can make even like a type of like a snowball. We can we can shape like a ball, with our own hands, because it's soft and it will be easy, to control it. It doesn't mean, it's no longer that the metal. We know the metal is metal, period. It doesn't matter, weak or strong, and here it is. I said, it doesn't matter, it's a strong force or the weak force. It's the atom's force, period. And this energy expands. Again, energy expands. The energy clouds and over there, what exactly has a pressure on it to expand. If it had a little pressure, it will go not far from the inner core. If it has a lot of pressure, it will travel farther away from the inner core. Okay. Now try to imagine in your mind, that if the Earth energy wouldn't pulsate, it could have looked like like a hydrogen atom itself. But imagine by the larger, imagine the Earth instead of the hydrogen atom. Imagine the Earth, and like that the moon could have traveled only the far edge of the Earth's gravitational force. The moon could not possibly get inside the Earth's gravitational force and have a stay within a certain distance. Okay, and the same thing with the sun. In the sun, again, I said, imagine in your mind, if the sun's gravitational force wouldn't pulsate, all the planets, which one we have within our solar system, they could have ended up, right on the end of our solar system, and none of them they could have actually penetrate into the Earth's gravitational force. The only reason planets they are able to penetrate because the energy of the planets are pulsating, the pulsation, and the pulsation actually happens as far as the energy cloud is travels. Imagine, I said again, if the sun's energy, if sun had no pulsation, energy could have been somewhere after Pluto, another probably I said probably 25-30 million miles after Pluto. Okay, and that could have been all the sun's energy cloud. But now, because the energy and pulsation happens between the inner core and the energy, the end of energy cloud, and it constantly pulsation, it travels outward. It goes on and off, but energy constantly travels out. And when it happened, that you see where exactly the planets are, it's creating suction into those rings. That's how when it goes it travels out and pulls in, because we know because the gravity has ability to pull inward. It travels outward, but it pulls inward. And that's how it creates suction. And each planet, they are there where they're located because of one reason, because every single, doesn't matter, small formation or large formation, all they pulsate exactly identical way, but according to the size of the inner core. And the larger the inner core, farther the distance between the rings. Smaller the inner core, closer the distance between the rings. Again, larger the inner core, faster the pulsation, and faster the energy travels outward. The smaller the inner core, slower the energy pulsate, and closer the distance between the rings, and slower it pulsate. Everything it says, start from the helium and all the way to the large atom, and start from the smallest formation all the way to the large formation, and no exception to the rule in this universe. Every single planet or star or moon-shaped object, all they pulsate exactly the same way. Now you try to imagine, how possible that planets, they can stay in their rings, what will hold them. Again, I said, because the energy attracted to energy, but energy cannot consume the energy. What happens when the energy comes, it just imagine, right on the equator, and the portion of it, it split, goes on from top, the other portion goes from the bottom. Imagine in your mind, like the sun's energy will be like the rushing river, and you got the balloon, right inside the rushing river. You see the water will travel all over the balloon, like hug the balloon, but without penetrating inside the balloon. And the same scenario, imagine in your mind, right within solar system. The energy travels upwards and inwards and come and join in the back, and happen every single planet. It just curves the planet over the planet's energy and come and join back. And it curves over the planet's energy and come and join back. And imagine like a little bubble, it's traveling, a certain distance, within water. Like you hold one balloon right there, another balloon, you rotate, around that one balloon, And without it, I said, the water will travel all over the balloon, but without penetrating inside the balloon. Okay, now another thing, the energy have a shape also, and what it look like. I mean, think of this, we know that the Earth's gravitational force is not proportional all over the planet Earth. The north and the south poles comparable weaker. And what happens, that energy actually will look like just like the owl shape. Imagine like the egg without the sharp end, and just it's going to look like just like the egg shape, and about between 3 to 5 million miles away from the Earth. That's exactly what it looks like. And the moon, you see why it never get touched by the sun, because actually you see the moon is located right within Earth's protection of Earth's gravitational force, and moon constantly the Earth got total control of the moon. That's why the sun has no interference with the moon, no interference whatsoever. Even I said, the energy is weakened and weakened, toward the moon, but still, as long as the Earth's energy is strong enough to protect the moon, the sun's energy won't be able to penetrate into Earth's gravitational force and take the moon away from our planet Earth. Okay. And again, I said, everything it boils down that the external shell, which one the planet, they actually, when they're moving around constantly, or they robbing, from the existing the energy what the universe produce itself, or they robbing, within the atmosphere itself. And that's how the planet, because constantly, we know already, we know that every scientist know that, that the energy within atoms are proportional. They never will give out the energy. The only thing we'll do, they take more. That's how, after, and again I said, the mass of the atoms are located right in the energy cloud. And after that, they're actually only molecules. They start to build another shell, which one, that external cloud. This is how slowly, the liquid form gases, they growing and growing and growing and becoming, different type of minerals, and in the next our video clip, I'm going to explain how from you see that some chemical compounds start from the liquid, slowly they turn into hard material like silica or metals. What exactly is the cause? How possibly way from liquid they will turn into hard materials like again it's silica and metal. Okay, and plus we're gonna cover up global warming. You will first time understand truly what is causing the global warming. Why is that carbon dioxide causing so much harm to our environment? Okay, this much for this video clip.